Helps if you bring yourself on the screen. Hello there. Welcome to the Dancing Deplorable. I'm Milo. I'm back. I've been gone. I've been doing a lot of research. I have a lot of stuff that I'm going to be talking about this week. And Aqua, Mariah, and I are working on a show. So that's coming up. I'm not sure when yet, but we are working on that. And I'm going to be doing, I put a lot of things in the description that I'll be covering. Definitely staying on with the Antarctica topic. I believe that that's really going to start unfolding really quick the further we get into all this, especially with costume change, especially with all the stuff being disclosed about Antarctica. And I just have some interesting things there's some things I've talked about, but I'm going to put them in a different way on a couple of other platforms. I don't think I've posted on these particular videos, so I may just upload those. But definitely sticking on topic with Antarctica because I have hundreds more places to visit that are just as interesting or more interesting than the ones that I've already covered. I have the pineal gland that I want to get moving forward with, get that second part done, and see if that's going to continue on to go into a part 3. Probably so, because it's becoming an issue and we already know about all that stuff. Definitely moving forward with Tartaria because it's kind of popping up on everything. TikTok, I think it's, and YouTube is pretty much the only places I've seen it really popping up. But I've got a few things I want to show tonight about some places to look for things and realize that if you're wondering where things have been hidden and taken to and can't find anymore, disappeared, or whatever the case may be, these 3 places, 2 definitely for sure, but more than likely the other one as well, are legitimate places. And it's just amazing to know what's been sent there to never have been returned or put out for the public to see. And it's just amazing to see how some things like photos are completely controlled through, like, the Getty Museum. And I think we've talked about that before, so I'm not going to go into that one. But I'm not going to be on very long tonight. I just want to touch base. I do want to show a couple of things on Tartaria and talk about that a little bit. And then, let's see. Let's move over here. Then I also am looking for... I'll get into that later. I'm switching times. I'm not doing this late. I know I said that the past couple times, but I'm trying to catch up on some desperately needed paperwork shuffling. I have a lot of things written down on a lot of pieces of paper, and I'm trying to get them collectively together in order. And that's a chore in itself, but I'm getting there and I'm almost there. I just have 1 stack left. And then it's moved forward. I have, let's see. just so you can get an idea. So, okay. So, Aquamaria, Pineal Gland. Still looking for guests on my brainstorming. Definitely mud fossils, which is Antarctica and also mud flood and things like that. And I'm doing a dance party on Dlive. And then there's going to be another separate, that's just once in a while, once a week, once a month. I don't know. I haven't decided what's going on with that. It depends on how much research I can get done, because I'm still working on the binding and the loosing. And then I have the additional thing I'm working on with Aquamaria right now. And then I'm trying to think of what that other. I'm also trying to work on some puppetry items that I have in my mind designed yesterday for, because I have this thing, that this monologue that I believe God revealed it to me, and it was kind of, it had to be, because I'm like, I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm not capable of making monologues, nor would I ever try to do that. But it was a complete monologue on the armor. So, but what I want to do with it is I want to make, hello, whoever joined me, I want to make little ones, so that when the kids, when I start doing the ministry with my friend, with the kids ministry, I can have a bunch of sets of these little swords and shields and breastplates and little helmets and belts of truth, sandals and stuff, and make them legit, at least somewhat, and make some cute little paper mache or paper swords or whatever. And I got some shiny paint, I got some shiny cardboard. There's lots of things you can do with that stuff. But I just figured it would be something fun to teach the kids how to recognize what the armor is really for, and apply it. And because I'm having a hard time doing that myself. But anyways, I just think it would be a fun thing to do with the kids, because they need all the help they can get with as much is against them these days. It's not only tough for the adults, it's got to be just as draining, emotionally draining for the kids. Sorry for the green screen. I was trying to relax it today. I've just got my other background. It's fine. It's not messy or anything. I just was trying to. I think I'm going to have to iron it though and put it on some hoops. Make it a little bit nicer looking. Not so wrinkly. Well, it's just where I pinch it together to clip it off to the side and stuff. But anyway, yeah. Too exciting, right? I dance party on Dlive. That's because they don't ding you on copyright stuff, so you can actually have fun and do stuff. And I may do other things over there, because there's just a lot more freedom. But I may pop that idea over into Clouthub, because actually Clouthub is really easy to stream on. I'm getting hundreds of views on Clouthub. I don't get a lot of followers or anything. I'm not really caring about that, but I'm really surprised at how many views it's getting, because I think it's like Pluto. I mean, no, I don't think it's like, I don't even know what it's like. It's like a TV platform. It's like you go and watch TV shows, but it's all the creators. It's just like YouTube, but a little bit, I don't know, more TV like, I guess. Maybe not. I don't know. I just kind of been working with it. But I just find it very interesting that I've already got almost 400 views on a video, the last video I did on YouTube, which only has like 28 views on YouTube. But, is YouTube throttling me because of my content? because I've already been automatically put on that because of some other stuff for whatever the algorithms do that they do. But everybody's phasing out. I mean, I go to YouTube for stuff, and it's like I can't even really show stuff because, they'll ding you for just showing information. And I'm like, how can you do that on your own platform with your own videos? People are trying to share information, but you're going to ding them for copyright stuff? It just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. But anyways, let me go ahead and pull up. I think what's interesting is I remember when I first started researching this stuff, and you try to pull it up, and you really didn't get anything. A year ago, you really didn't. You might have a couple, but now it's inundated again. So let's take a look at that. Let's go this way because it just is bigger. Okay, let's go to the Library of Congress, which I think is a really great place to go. Now, mind you, I'm going to pull up and read it to you. The Library of Congress is the research library that officially serves the United States Congress and is the de facto National Library of the United States. Okay, so here we are at the Library of Congress. Oh, look. Oh, are these all from the Library of Congress? Are these all Tartarian maps? Let's look, shall we? Let's see what it says. Now, some of them are like, they have them and they're made up and stuff. But look. What's that say? Oh, can you see it? Can you see it? Oh, look at that. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. Let's see. Remove and present and share screen. Some of this stuff is really stupid. Why can't that just take you over there? Okay, so now do you see it? Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, shit. Oh, here it is. Okay. So, Tartaria. Magnichami Imperiorum. Empire. Tartarian Empire. Okay. So, let's see where this. Let's see what this says. This must be the scale. Magni Mogoli Pars. This must be the Mongolian Empire south of Tartaria, which would be what? Oh, let me think. Could it be China? Could it be? Okay, we need it bigger. There we go. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so yeah. So there's Persia. Okay, so that's southwest of Tartaria, which, of course, if it's north of China, that means Russia, Putin just disclosed information in 2013 about Tartaria. So this is like, it's finally getting here, I guess, to America. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of show you how much, how many things are actually available to go look at the Library of Congress. So if we actually go to, okay, let me go back here. Let's go. Oops. Let's go. Hopefully it will take us right in there if we're on the trending. I don't even know if I want to deal with this stupid stuff. Let me think here. Oh, I hear somebody at the door. I think it's Dimples. He's so funny. Okay, so let's look at. He's trying to open my door. Let me go into specific maps. Library of Congress maps. Library of Congress maps. Okay, so let's go ancient cities. Ancient giant cities. Yeah, cities. Okay. And let's see what it brings up here. Search. Nothing. No. Okay. Ancient cities. Search. World War One. Yeah, I don't think that's not gonna really help. That's not really gonna help. But so anyways, so we've got Library of Congress. Let's see if they have the link here again. No, we don't need to go there. Okay, so now let's look at, so basically, yeah, I think we need to. Let me see if I can find it. Ancient maps of monsters. Library of Congress. Okay. All right. Okay. So I think this may surprise you. It may not. But let's go look at this stuff. I had taken some screenshots of this stuff before, but they just did not look. They just did not look good at all. Okay, so let's see here. Come on, load up. Loading, loading, loading. It's trying to load. Not sure why it's not. Maybe it doesn't like me. Refresh. If all else fails, refresh. And that's not working. I wonder if they wouldn't cut my stream. My internet seems fine. I wonder, why isn't that loading? Let's go back. Let's go back one more time. Okay, so let's just look at one. My goodness gracious. And then we'll pull that over. Let me see if I can. Oh, here we go. Maybe that one will. Okay. Okay, good. You can see that one. Okay. So as you can see, there are a lot of maps with monsters listed on them. But what I want to remind everyone is that these monsters, some of them are still present, and some of them are fossils, like mud fossils, and some of them are frozen in Antarctica, which is the ice wall. And remember that the reason we know it's an ice wall and surrounds us, encircles us actually, is because what I talked about in one of my last videos was that if you look through Google Earth and look at the shadows in each area of Antarctica, you will see that the shadows are in different directions. And it makes more sense that if you unravel Antarctica, that those shadows would match according to how the sun is hitting them if they were encircling us. So keep that in mind, because all the ancient maps that you're going to see pretty much depict a wall around us. Now, I don't know if there's anything on the other side of the wall. I truly don't know. I'd like to know if they've, brought a bunch of people here from over there and said, "Hey, let's make a new whatever." Who knows? I don't know. I'm not even gonna go there right now. But I mean, it just it brings makes you think about stuff. But anyways, let's look at some of these maps and some of these monsters, because some of these things are quite interesting. When you get into the crustacean, now this is going to take me over to another photo. So let me, oh, yes. So let me bring that. Oh, it's not going to let me. Okay, so it's going to make me go to the other file. I can't even pull it up and do an extra window on that. It's silly. Some stuff it just doesn't let you do. Okay, so here we have a big giant lobster. And what has he got in his claw? A person or giant. Who knows how big that actually is. I have no idea what the heck that says. Files emer thier. We die in. I wonder if that's like Norwegian or German. Werebar. Werebear. Werebear. These are terms. Monster terms. Because werebear, remember, don't forget, I've got that listed in my monsters book, which is, I'm assuming, where my little, can you even see my little arrow that's moving? No. Okay, so the werebear is up in the top right-hand corner, or no, he's in the center. He's in the center, and it says E. I wonder if underneath these, there's letters. Interesting. Yes, these are all names because the last one is the one I recognized. Landburn. Landburn. I should think about that one. But definitely the werebear, that's right there in the center at the top. Okay, so which is I believe on the, was it on the, yeah, the werewolves side of information in the monsters book. See these two snakes over here? That's interesting. Oh, look at the letter next to it. Oh, and he's got what has he got, a spear? And he's poking the snake. There's O, E, Um, I'm thinking that I've seen a few of these seemingly creatures in Antarctica, just from like portions of their bodies. There's a tree over here. What the heck is that? I wonder where this is. It's got to be French, German, or maybe it's Russian. I'm not really sure. But interesting, right? Okay, so there's the ancient maps. Let me see if I can find another one here. That's basically the same one we just looked at. Okay, let's look at this one. There's just some really interesting things to look at when you're looking at ancient maps, and to keep in mind that, let's see, ancient maps of monsters. So we have to remember that sailors used maps to get around on the ocean, supposedly. Now, what I'm wondering is, there's just too much speculation. I'm just tired of speculation. But let me pull up this next one. This is kind of interesting. Oh, here, hold on. Just some things that we, let me think here. Let's remove that one. Bring in another one. You'd think this would be a little more smooth. Okay, so this one, of course, we have a giant sailing fish over here at the top right-hand corner. Then you have tiny flying fish down at like the top middle. Then I would assume that this is possibly land god sitting on a mudfish puppy thing dragon, but he apparently has a crown over a shield with a castle and shields in the center with 5 shields, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 castles, and then there's a crown. Then we have a horn. This is probably a triton. This is a triton, which is a giant. And here's a sea monster. Okay, so there's a lot of things that are available through just going into the Library of Congress and looking at their ancient stuff, because they're not hiding stuff from us anymore. I mean, it's all there to find. One just has to want to find it and to look at it. I mean, look at this stuff. I don't even know what the hell that is. What the hell is that? And then we've got another crustacean over here. Fish in half the land there, and the men are, what the hell? Oh, no, let's go over here. Let's look at this place. Orcades. 10, 20, 30. Is that, let's see, 33? Orcades 33. And it's got ships. And we got another crustacean with a human or a giant in its claw. Which I don't know if you recall, if any of you have actually gone back and looked at any of my videos on under the ocean, but I found a giant crab, and if anybody's interested, I can go back there and spend some time talking about that. This is interesting. It's got some shields. Let's see, Islandia. Glacidia. We've got oars. Do you have horns? Volcanoes. There's, I don't know, reservoirs? No. What do we got over here? A lot of stuff. We got some weird. This left monster on the left with the webbed feet is depicted on quite a few maps. That one I'm not surprised to see. Some of these are familiar. I've seen them. I've seen them before. Definitely the serpent wrapping around the ship, but here's a sinkhole or something, and I just wonder. Interesting stuff, though. Definitely interesting stuff. Let's go look at one more thing here. How much time are we? 32. Oh my goodness, what is that one? Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's pull up that. Well, that's a crappy. Sometimes they'll give really crappy. It's like you'll want to view the photo or the drawing or whatever, and then they take you to the same size drawing on a different page. It's so stupid. Lots of mermaids, lots of tritons, lots of sea monsters. What did I? Yeah, I don't think I was specific on sea monsters. So I found that interesting. Let's look at this map. This one's going around quite a bit. Roger from Mud Fossil University talks a lot and uses this one a lot. And I'm showing it because, it's something to think about. Over here on the right, we have two giant men and I'm assuming a human man to the left of them, and he's got a regular standard up there. He's got I forget what they call those, but notice that the giants are holding giant bows that are bigger than the human man. Okay, Tierra de Patagones. So I'm thinking that that's South America. That sounds like, yeah, see, there's the Pacific to the left up at the top. And this is Magellana, okay, from Spain. So this is apparently a Spanish map. And they're talking about, these are either sirens. They're too big for mermaids, I think. So I'm thinking that they're possibly sirens since giants are nearby, because the sirens are supposedly the mothers of the giants. So, there's lots of things to keep in mind, that there's information out there for everybody to find. Available information, if you choose to search for it. Something to keep in mind, too, I was noticing on TikTok that people are starting to post things that they're seeing. And they're not listening to what they're being told. They're looking at and seeing it for what it is. Like pyramids everywhere. I mean, they're just popping up. People are seeing them everywhere. And I'm finding them way more now in Antarctica than I ever did before, because now I know what to excuse me. I know what to look for. There's just no mistaking it. There really is not. There just really is not. Okay, so we're done with the Library of Congress map. So let's go to the Tartarian. Let's see, let me cut this out. Cut. Sometimes if you place it in the right place, that's where you get your correct information on going into what you're actually looking for. And see if we can find anything. Okay, Smithsonian, here we are. Open access, search. Let's search for Tartaria. Search. They don't have anything. Where? They said they had 4. But no. Tartary. It's all in Spanish. Why is it just in Spanish? Let's look. Secondo volume delle navigazioni I'm butchering that. I'm not even going it. I'm trying to pick out words that I recognize, but I don't really see anything. Okay, so I'm not finding what I'm looking for there. Tartary. I should have pulled it up if it was Tartarian. And it's still not ancient maps. It's thinking. Wait a minute. It says that there is 961 results for Tartarian ancient maps, but it doesn't show me any. Oh, here they are. Just websites. But, that's weird. North American premiere of Roads of Arabia unearths hidden history of ancient Arabian Peninsula in North America. Well, gosh golly gee whiz. I think I'm going to look that up. Let's go look at that one. North American premiere of Roads of Arabia unearths hidden history of ancient. Exhibition at Smithsonian Sackler Gallery opens November 17th. U.S. tour to follow. So what I'm looking at is a carved plate tablet with goats at the bottom. Yeah, I'll look at that when I get done. It's not important. Let's go on to, it didn't really, well, let's go back and look and see what it said about other stuff. I do want to go back and look at that because that was weird. This morning, corn domesticated. What a bunch of crap. It has absolutely nothing to do with what I searched. How lame is that? Huh. Okay, well, I guess they're out. Let's see what the Getty Museum has. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It is. Here it is. Right there. Nobody is watching. Okay, so do they have any ancient maps? They do. What is that? Egyptian area sites monuments. Ooh. Let's look and see what that one is. No idea. We're gonna find out though. Yes, we are. We're gonna find out. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Okay. That's nothing. Ancient. Let's see. Let's do mud flood photos. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Zero. Okay, you suck. They're photos. Whatever. So apparently, most things you can find a lot on Tartaria on TikTok and YouTube. So those are the two places. So let's go over here. Area. A great channel to watch is, let me show you. Oh, this is interesting. Huh. The incredible story of the 1893 World's Fair. Now, I have to tell you that my father, I'm 57. My father was 58 when I was born. My mother was 38. My father was in World War II stateside because he was too old to serve overseas. So when they had everybody come in, he was called to work stateside. And I have documentation of that and everything like that. But I also, last year, I researched while my son was living in Washington. I researched a little bit and found out that, I already knew that my dad, his parents, mother was from Washington, Everett, Washington, and that my father's father was born, was listed on the census in Everett, Washington. So I went there, and through that information, I ended up finding out that my grandfather, not my great-grandfather, my grandfather, because remember, my father was in World War II. My great-grandfather was in the Civil War and was a Civil War hero and had a name, a town named after him. And I've got the information written down, and I'm not sharing that at this moment in time, but I will have access to that if anybody's interested. It's just, family stuff. But I just find it very interesting that I would like to find out who his parents were, because if my grandfather was alive in 1909 when my father was born, okay, then he was more than likely born in, like, what, 1870 or 1880, something like that, at the latest. And the earliest maybe before that, just depends. Maybe before that, maybe the middle. So I don't even know. Let's look real quick because I'm like retarded. When was... And I just don't even know what dates are anymore because... Okay, so if he was a Civil War hero and it was in the Civil War, and that was in April, that was in 1861 to 65, then... And my grandfather would have had to have been at least 12 to 15 years old. No. He had to have been an adult. So I have his date of birth written down, and I don't remember what it is. But I'm going to look at that a little bit deeper because that's going into times that I'm questioning things, that they've lied to us so much about so many things, it's hard to believe them about anything at this point. So now I'm questioning how much, and what did they do to threaten people not to talk about stuff back then? And was it even necessary because there was no way to get information out except to write books? So that's the other way that people I've noticed, are starting to do, is to purchase these old books and get information that isn't readily available at local liberal libraries. And I'm very specific about that because all the libraries are liberal. Whether you want to admit it or not, I don't really care who you are that would give me any crap about that, but it's the truth. They're all liberal. They only have, they have other stuff, but they're run with a liberal agenda by liberals that work there on the most part. And it's a PC culture. And if it's a PC culture, then it's a liberal culture. And I think that's what I'm going to start calling it. The liberal cultural agenda. Ugh. Just all of it, all the way around, makes me cringe. What these people have been allowed to get away with by people like me for sitting on my ass and not doing anything about it till now. So you live and you learn and you end up in the end times. Woohoo! Welcome to the end times. And welcome to being in a dome. But you know what? I got to tell you the one thing, and I keep bringing this up. Being in a dome, knowing that we're in a dome, just brought God that much closer. I don't know how else to explain that, but it's serious to me. Seriously. And if this world's his footstool, yep, I can relate to that. And looking down at our world, it's a clock. The sun and the moon, the sun and the moon, the sun and the moon in the center, the sun and the moon, the sun and the moon, the sun and the moon in the center. Yeah, nice. Well, and that's one of the most fascinating. Hello, welcome. And that's one of the most fascinating things to me that I'm just super excited about, is finding out that there is actually an ice wall and figuring it out through actual research through Google Earth. And when I found that out for myself, I'm like, yep, they are lying about that. Mm-hmm. And I got proof. Google Earth Pro proof. So, we're surrounded by Antarctica. It's the wall, the ice wall. Anyways, so I'm going to end here and remind people. I was going to show you, let's see, Tartaria. Oh yeah, let's look at YouTube real quick. I'll show you guys how much is showing up with that when you search that. Quite a bit, actually. And everybody's got their truth, it kind of cracks me up. But it just goes, when you're listening to information And they're using books that are available historically to research, then you know that it's legitimate information. I mean, and something people have forgotten, I think, is the Guinness Book of World Records. How did that just disappear from everybody talking about that? I mean, it's like the world's tallest man, the world's tallest woman. Yeah, because they're freaking giants. Duh. That's a big fat duh. It cracked me up. I was like, really? Oh, this is great. This is so great. Okay, so I guess I gotta do it again. That's stupid. How dumb. It took me off the page but wouldn't let me share it again. That was weird. Sitting down with uncomfortable things in the Caltech archives. Yeah, when you see things like that, those are interesting, especially if they have photos. Not that we know that it's true or not, but I have old photos. I have photos of airships. I have photos of old airplanes. I have photos of old cars. My dad was born in 1908. And so when he, in 1930s, he was in his 20s doing stuff. So yeah, so there's a lot of things revolving around the incredible story of World's Fair, 1893 World's Fair, and the type of buildings that they said they erected. Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't think so. Here's one on Tartaria. Tartary, sorry. The lost civilization of Tartaria. Mud flood of Tartaria. Victorian Tartaria. And yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking too. That's totally what I'm thinking is, and if you think about all the magic and things like that that is supposedly mythology, it lines up with this stuff. I mean, hardcore lines up with this stuff. If you even look at like stupid movies like the Pirates of the Caribbean, you can see how a lot of that stuff is legit. They're using those. I mean, look at this one right here. You can see the giant right there. And now I know for certain that they were talking about people trying to hide. Oh, that's from this movie, or that's from this game, or, they took that. Well, where do you think the game got it from? Duh. That's a big fat duh. But it's like they have video of, and it's like, people forget that video back then is just still photography put in a motion projector. Okay? It's not like that's all video is. I mean, movies, when you watch a movie, that's what they are, is clips of still photos taken. And then they go and splice things out and hack the shit out of it and hide the shit that looks like shit. And that's just the way that they do things. Okay? It's just, I cannot believe the ignorance that's going on too. Oh my gosh. See, this is another thing. Yeah, this person, I need to go follow this person. And I'm not even going to say why, because I have a lot to say about that. And as a matter of fact, I need to write that down. Who is that? Synth Tracks. Synth. Huh. That's funny. Is it, what is it, X? Yeah. Anytime anybody's using words like AI words, they know what's going on, especially, yeah, interesting. Okay, so the Great Wall of Tartaria, and this is another thing that I find that's interesting that everybody's bringing up and they're talking about, is the Great Wall of China not being the Great Wall of China. It's actually the Great Wall of Tartaria because of the way that the um, are they parapets? Whatever the things are at the top there, where they stand guard and watch, the entrances to them are from the north, so it's blocking people from the south. So if Tartaria is in the north, who's in the south? Mongolia, China. That's what. So that wall was built to keep the Mongolians out, which were uh, giants. Okay, some of them, not all of them, just some of them. Tartarian Empire. Who, what, where is Tartaria? There's lots of videos, folks. And if you look at that, if I'm not mistaken, whose crest is that? That's somebody's crest. I forget. The mysterious land that kept the world from tipping over. That's funny. Let's see. Meridia. Incredible architecture. I just saw, let me see if I can, I'm going to stop sharing this because we don't need to go there right now. There's something that I saw today. It's very interesting. Let me get off of this page. I saw it on TikTok, and Saudi Arabia is building a wall city across the desert. Did you guys hear anything about this? This shit is freaking crazy. And let me tell you why I say it's crazy. They're building mirrors on both sides. Okay? Who does this video? Okay, let's watch this. I'm going to show you guys this video. I think you'll like it. If I get it dinged, then I'll just mute it or I'll pull it out and it'll just cut out that part. So let's go ahead and I'll try and catch the commercials. I won't have to worry about them here. No, I don't need to show. Okay, I'm not sure what happened. Hold on just a second. I tried to share it and it wouldn't share. I'm going to mute it for a minute just so that doesn't pull the music in. We don't need to hear it. They're not talking. It's just music. But they're just showing you the building. But what I find interesting is I believe they found something. Or they're putting it on a meridian line or on the line that goes across straight from one continent to another, and that they're utilizing. Did it stop? Yeah, that was it. They didn't really show you. Let me see if I can find something else on that that's a little bit, because I saw something, it was really interesting. Let me see videos. Let's go to videos. The line, the new smart city. Okay, oh my gosh. That's really weird that they use that. Oh,
I have video footage. I have emails. There is absolutely no denying it for him.
Big news of the day, Todd Gardner.
We can skip that. We don't need commercials.
Countless governments and companies have taken a stab at building a city of the future.
Wait till you
There's
see this.
Songdo in South Korea, the Alphabet-funded Quayside project in Toronto, which was abandoned in May of last year, and both Singapore and Barcelona have tried to modernize with smart sensors. In January of 2021, Saudi Arabia announced plans for its own futuristic city called The Line. Instead of communities sprawling outward from a central location, they would be built vertically and arranged, well, in a line, hence the name. Even though the vision for the city stretches 170 kilometers, it would do away with cars entirely and instead be connected by high-speed rail that would travel the entire
There's something
length in
already
just 20
there,
minutes.
folks.
And each individual
they're
community would be
incorporating.
largely self-contained,
There's
so that
no
almost
other
anything
reason
you could
for
need, be it a
this.
school, a doctor, or a quick meal, would
They've
be only a
tapped into
5-minute
something.
walk
It's
away.
a tunnel.
The government says the line will run on 100%
something's up
clean
with
energy
this.
and make extensive use of sensors and AI to manage the city's services. And all of this is supposed to be nestled in the pristine natural landscape of the Tabuk province with minimal impact on the environment.
Bullshit.
Now the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman
When they
has
say they're not
revealed grandiose renders of what the
you
city
know
will
they're
look
doing
like
that.
to match the grandiose plans. The line is envisioned as a giant glass and mirrored wall, 170 kilometers long, 200 meters wide, and 500 meters tall. That's taller than the Empire State Building. It would have greenery stretching
500
along the
meters
top,
tall.
an open air ventilation system to help maintain an ideal climate year round, and it would house up to 9 million people. Now, the line is just one part of Saudi Arabia's controversial
I've got to stop there. Okay. What I totally need to say here, let me, where is the thing? What I need to say here is this is exactly the kind of thing that they built underground, that they are building and have built underground. Okay? This is not new. This is not new. Okay? This is just on top now. Okay? Now, who's to say, think about this for a minute. If they're doing mirrors, they've already done mirrors already, because nothing new under the sun is being new. If they're saying it's new, it's not new. So what I'm thinking is Antarctica has a lot of these already. And a lot. If we think about, just in America, how much money that they've taken from all of us over our lifetimes of taxes for each person, okay, thousands of dollars every year in taxes per person, plus what they're stock exchanging us for on stock stuff and all that stuff, or straw man. They have enough money to do this. They have enough money to do this. And now that they've gotten to the point of already creating the supercomputers and the quantum computers, now they're already using quantum computers, quantum theory, everything's quantum. It's ridiculous. Quantum is non-hackable by humans, but able to be influenced by demons, demonic entities, dimensional entities, however you want to look at them, they're still demonic. Are things to think about. But there is something. There is something that they're tapping into that they found, and it's either a mineral, or it's a freshwater river, or it's an already accessible tunnel that they're just see now. What I believe there is they're tapping in. There's a tunnel that stretches from where they want, from point A to point B. That there is a tunnel that has power from there to there, and they're going to utilize that so that they can do the building. Okay, so that's number one. They needed to get power and resources. So they know that if there's that tunnel running, okay, I'm not stupid. They're not going to build out in the middle of the freaking desert if they don't have water and power. Period. I don't care if they're telling you they're piping it in. They ain't motherfucking piping it in. Okay? No. It's under there. And that's more than likely a very, very popular tunnel for we don't know. I don't even want to go there right now. But anyways, so if you keep that in mind, and that they were tapping into electricity and water, one or the other or both. If it's fresh water, then they're tapping into a freshwater source from point A to point B. If it's a power source that's already existing, they're utilizing that from point A to point B and staying on top of it and just building on top of it and adding to it, because it's the same thing underground. So why not build it above? Of course, the mirrors are not underground. They probably have something like synthetic, whatever. But the fact that they're mirroring them, I know it reflects the heat and the light and everything like that. And I understand that. But it's also for hiding. And I don't like the fact that if you think about mirrors, and I just did this research this past week, and that's kind of one of the things I've been working on, is the scrying mirrors. They're still using silver to coat mirrors with, folks. I'm feeling at this point that we need to pretty much get rid of the mirrors, because they've been designed to be portals and access for things to see us. And even though we're not doing that, that doesn't mean that they're not doing that there in the factory. Do you not think that witches and warlocks know about these things and they want to have access to these types of things? I'm not kidding. I told you guys I'm all the way across the board with everything. I have my hands in a little bit of this and a little bit of that in 1,000 things. And I've done a lot of research on 1,000 things. I'm a very busy researcher on a lot of things. Okay, so let's go back to the video and continue watching this.
$500 billion NEOM megacity project. For one, the so-called virgin land that the government is building NEOM on is, unsurprisingly, not all that virgin. It is the ancestral and current home of many people, including members of the Hawatat tribe, who are being forced from their homes for what many see as a vanity project that won't amount to much in reality.
Wow.
Those who have dared to speak out against the government's plans or refuse to give up their homes have been harassed and abducted by Saudi security forces, arrested, or in some cases killed. For example, Abdul Rahim al-Hawati, a prominent Hawatat activist, was killed by police in April of 2020 after posting videos on social media trying to raise awareness of the forced displacement. All of this controversy has even led to some commercial partners pulling out of deals, like Riot Games, which had signed on NEOM to sponsor the League of Legends European Championship.
Industry
Backlash from the gaming community caused that to quickly unravel.
Scary, folks.
Now, even if NEOM is eventually built and lives up to its lofty promises, there will still be plenty of more cause for concern.
It's
The
almost,
line is expected to be loaded with countless sensors,
almost like a
cameras, and
cloaking,
facial recognition technology that, in such a
because they can
confined
change it.
space, could push government
Access to
surveillance to
change the
almost
mirror.
unthinkable levels. Now, that would be troubling in any nation, but in a country like Saudi Arabia, where homosexuality is outlawed, LGBTQ people are persecuted, and women hold almost no rights, it's downright terrifying.
And some things are running rampant. Yeah, other things. But we're not going to talk about that. So yeah, so I found that pretty interesting. Yeah. Um, yeah, and if they're displacing, there's something underground. And I just wonder now, thinking about all the displacement. I mean, I know that, they were just a bunch of crazy people that wanted to kill people that weren't like them. But I just wonder what were on all the Native American Indian lands that the government wanted so bad of the resources. Had to have been gold or something like that for them to want it all. You can't, or 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 in addition to um, temples, temples they wanted access to, and also Tartarian stuff. Okay, um, I'm having issues with dates. I have a big gape date gap. Betty bought some butter, but she thought this butter is bitter. If she put it in batter, it would make her batter better. Okay, now that's better. Whew, scared me for a minute. I'm like, no, no. Okay. Of course, Peter Piper too, but we won't go there today. Betty Botta was enough. Anyways, yeah. So that's something to think about, that they're building on top of. If they're displacing, they're building on top of. Why did they displace the Indians? What did they want that was underground? Because obviously it wasn't, I mean, other than land, but that we know now was not what it was all about. Because we know now that there are tunnels everywhere underground and they're connected. Yeah. So, um, and I find it interesting too that there are so many entrances in the ancient cities. In the places that I look in Antarctica aren't all ice. Where I like to look and spend my time is where it's dirt and rocks, because that's where you see what's really there. You see the cities, you see the parapets, you see the castle ramparts, you see the castles, you see the current outposts with the globe housing unit buildings, and you see, and I mean, there's just crazy stuff everywhere, everywhere. And I've gone way past longer than I wanted to. But anyways, I am switching up times. I don't want to do this late anymore because I am wiped out by the time I get here, and I'm just like, oh, I don't like doing this time. So I'm shooting for 3:30 or 4:30 daytimes starting tomorrow, a Mountain Standard Time. So also that'll probably work better for Mariah and I, anyways, Aqua Mariah, when we do our next show. So that is coming. I don't know if it's going to be this Wednesday or possibly next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Not sure. Probably Tuesday, Wednesday, because I believe she has other obligations on Monday that she cannot commit to on a Monday. So Tuesday or Wednesday this week, possibly, probably not. We'll probably push it into next week, Tuesday or Wednesday. So keep that in mind. And it's still going to be, I'm switching times. I'm not doing the 9:30 anymore. I'm switching to daytimes, Mountain Standard Time, 3:30 to 4:30 or 4:30 to 5:30. Probably 3:30, just because everybody else that's like super popular starts at that time, and I'm trying to compete with that and stuff. It's kind of weird, because I kind of like watching some of them too. So, and I totally understand that. And plus Wednesdays, I do my Survivor thing, and I don't want to stream after I watch Survivor because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm amped up, but I want to talk Survivor, and you guys don't want to talk Survivor. So God bless you, and I'm doing a completely different way of doing things starting tomorrow. I have an intent and specific content for each show, and I have specific things that I want to accomplish. So blessings to everyone, and thank you for stopping in. And please like and share. And I hope to see you next time, and possibly if you can make it tomorrow, 3:30 to 4:30. Thanks for watching The Dancing Deplorable. Have a great night, folks. Take care. Thanks for joining me, and keep researching. Always researching, and don't forget that God is always there for us, and we just have to call upon Him and trust Him. And it's hard sometimes, but so worth it in every way. Take care. See you all next time.